Good afternoon. Energized Coach coming to you. I did a video about some of the things that I do and what it is that I incorporate to be able to give me energy and do the things that I do in order to get energy. And so one of the things that I left out, and I did share it in another video, was that I actually ingest about 78 ounces of water, and I actually ingest a little more depending on what's happening in the day, whether I'm in school or if I'm at home and I get the water that I have in my fridge. But what I wanted to share was some of the benefits that water offers, and hope to encourage you to maybe increase your water intake or consider making water a part of your daily practice to be able to help you get the energy that you need and deserve. And so I put some things on this board here to be able to share, maybe talk about a little bit with you in regards to the benefits of water and what it is maybe you could consider if you currently drink water, maybe you're not getting enough, or maybe you're not drinking water at all because you got to decide to have things in regards to what it is that water is as far as flavor, because some folks don't like to drink water. So the first thing I have up here is that it carries nutrients and oxygens to your cells. So we know that we breathe air, and in breathing air, oxygen is saturated in our lungs. We exhale carbon dioxide as a waste product. But in order to be able to get the better function of that oxygen, we need to get it to our cells so that we can keep our entire body healthy. And so water aids in that process by carrying oxygen. And if you think about the molecule that water is, which is H2O, you know it also has oxygen as a part of its molecular structure. So apparently because of the oxygen that it has in it and the oxygen that you breathe, it helps get that oxygen to the cells from your brain all the way down to your feet. So that's something to consider, drinking water, that if you're not getting that good oxygen-rich, nutrient-rich blood to all parts of your body, drinking water can aid you in that process. The other one is flush bacteria from your bladder. I've done something, we've been talking lately about detox. With this current situation that we have going on with this issue with the coronavirus, part of what happens is if your body doesn't have what it needs to be able to fight off any type of infections or whatever the case may be, if you have anything that your body needs to get rid of, like bacteria, you want to get bacteria out of your body so that your body have a fighting chance against any virus or illness that your body gets. And one of the advantages of drinking water is it flushes bacteria out of your bladder so that your bladder can stay healthy and be able to fulfill the purposes of holding your urine until you can get to a place to be able to excrete it and be able to get rid of whatever it is that's in your body because of your septic system dumping things into your bladder as it's filtered out of your system through your kidneys. So it dumps bacteria. Now, one of the things about everything that you may ingest in regards to food or drink, water is one of those things that metabolizes immediately. I mean, you have to know that because every time you drink a lot of water, why is it that you have this need to go to the bathroom and urinate? And so in doing so, while it's coming out, it can then wash this bacteria that you may have in your bladder. Prevents constipation. In my video that I spoke about, as far as my daily routine, I told you I have 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. And so if you're having trouble having consistent bowel movements, or about the number of bowel movements that you should have, if you drink water, maybe consider this, because your body, most of your immune system is in your gut. And if you can get rid of whatever is in there as much as possible, now you have, again, the fighting chance against fighting illness, especially around this time because it's the winter time, so that you can be able to do what it is that you need to do. You don't have to not be able to do the things that you do because you have this issue of moisture inside your GI tract, inside your intestines, to be able to keep whatever it is that's in you moving, along with whatever else that you consume, like the vegetables or fruits that you eat, so that your body can keep all those things moving. And again, you can be healthy, you can have the energy that you need to be able to do, again, whatever it is they need to do. Lubrication joints. There are folks who are my age, maybe a little younger, some a little older, who deal with issues of inflammation and arthritis and things of that nature. And so they take, of course, they ingest medications and do things necessary to be able to keep their joints moving and everything moving properly. Well, if you consume water, water can aid in the process of lubricating those joints and making sure that you can get the movement and whatever it is that you need between your joints from the consumption of this water. From saliva. If anything you know about saliva, a lot of times you know that you're thirsty. One of the signals you get thirsty is you don't have a lot of saliva in your mouth. And so whenever you are thirsty, of course, your body is saying, okay, look, I need to have some water in here. This is the time that we need to showing you by drying up the saliva in your mouth. If you also understand anything about the digestive process, not only when you consume your foods or drinks, all of it starts in your mouth. From you chewing your food, from the saliva mixing in with your food, so before you have to swallow, it goes down your esophagus, it gets in your stomach, the process starts in your mouth. If you don't really have a lot of that portion of the digestive process, it can now cause interference. We can go back to, again, cause a problem with constipation because you're not getting everything, all of the chemicals and things that you need in your body inside the food that you ingest so that it can cycle through your system and excrete properly. So that, again, that you can have the energy that you need. Even when you're speaking, I don't know if anybody have ever had this situation before, but when you're talking and your mouth is dry, a lot of times it may be due to some of the things that you're dealing with, like nervousness or whatever the case may be. But by drinking water, you can combat this issue so that if you notice some speakers would even have water with them because of making sure that their words are heard properly and keeping their body properly hydrated, as well as making sure that they have the saliva in their mouth so that as they speak, they can be able to speak fluently, water, and be able to be understood because of the saliva that they have in their mouth. Another one, skin health. You've noticed the people who drink a lot of water, you don't see a lot of problems with their skin. They don't have a lot of skin blemishes. They don't have a lot of acne or things of that nature because of the amount of water that they consume. So if you consume a lot of water, you can keep your skin nice and healthy and elastic and looking younger for a long period of time. So it helps with, of course, in the aging process of your skin. I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean, I know one of the things that we do topically is we put lotion on and things of that nature to make sure that our skin looks good once we've washed it or washed our hands or bathed ourselves to make sure that our skin has the proper moisture on the outside. But moisturizing on the outside is one thing. How about also moisturizing from the inside by making sure that you're consuming the proper amount of water that you need for your body? Regulates body temperature. I mean, in the wintertime, of course, we want to stay as warm as possible. And one of the things I found that when I consume a lot of water, especially even with the heat being on, I tend to get a little chilly because it seems like the water is now bringing my body temperature down. Well, in instances like in the summertime, when it's really hot, one of the things that you're encouraged to do is to drink a lot of water. Why? Because it helps keep your body temperature at an optimal level where you don't get overheated, you won't suffer from heat exhaustion and things of that nature. So by staying properly hydrated with the water, that water will help in the process of you maintaining your body temperature, staying at the optimal level, and again, retaining or getting the energy that you need. Let me go even further. Blood pressure. One of the bigger issues that go on with the issues that we have with. If you're suffering with high blood pressure, one of the things that can help kind of bring your pressure down, need it be through diet, stress, or any other issue that you may be dealing with that may increase your blood pressure. By drinking water, you can help regulate your blood pressure by drinking water. And in doing so, now, of course, you can get the healthy function that you need with the heart pumping the blood through your veins, and your body is not being compromised, particularly like your kidneys, with water not being in your system, keeping your blood pressure high, compromising the function of your internal organs. Let me go even a little further. Better breathing. Again, we'll talk about, in the wintertime, you can see your breath. It's because it's heated, because your body's a certain temperature. It's higher than that it is outside. But if you were to do that up against the glass, you notice that when you breathe on the glass, it creates fog. But as it starts to come back to its form, you notice that there's moisture, there's water. That water is aiding in your breathing process. If you don't have that hydration, that movement of oxygen into your body and carbon dioxide out to be able to have a healthy body function, then of course you're now looking at other issues that may be presented. And so by drinking water, you can keep that healthy function of your lungs, of extracting the oxygen from the air, as well as dispelling the carbon dioxide out of the lungs, so that you can have healthy lung function, so you can get that good oxygen-rich, nutrient-rich blood throughout your body, through your organs, and through everything that functions in your body. And then lastly, not least, detox. I recently did one about acidosis. Acidosis is the root or the cause of all disease. And your body being acidic, by having all this acid in your body, what happens is if you're not moving it and getting it out of your body, sending it through your kidneys, through your septic system, and then squeezing it through your urine, well, if you're not hydrated properly, you're not going to get that movement or whatever it is extracted from your body as well. So by drinking water, you're now moving those things not only through your blood or through your septic system, but you're detoxing it so that you can get all of the things that you have in there that you're not supposed to have in there, moving, because you are consuming the amount of water needed to be able to properly hydrate your body and do so. There's so many other things that you can get from water that a lot of folks aren't aware of. I mean, aiding the digestive process. What else do we have? Again, we talked about constipation. We talked about, I'm looking at some any other things I may have missed out on. Keep your body temperature. Oh, your spinal cord. The spinal cord has fluid that's inside of it. You keep that fluid good, that means that the signals that your body needs to send from your brain down through your entire body, through your peripheral system, like your arms and fingers and all the other things, by drinking water, you're keeping that proper fluid going through as well. So my purpose behind making this video is to give you some benefits of water. I know, again, a lot of people like to drink water because it doesn't have the flavor, or they don't like to drink water because they consider themselves to be what's called, I'm not a water person, so that's why I don't drink water. But you need to turn into a water person, because not only is it going to keep you healthy, give the energy that you need, and then again, as I mentioned before, with the prospect of things that are the environment and things around you, like what's happening with this technology and 5G and all these other things, if you don't have a healthy body, when you get heavily inundated with those things that are going through you right now, your body is going to have a hard time being able to not only deal with it, but dispel those issues that are going to be created as a result of being exposed to this EMF, RF, whatever it is, because it's going to increase. Because not only is 5G here, it's going to increase in its impact that it has on you. And you need to do whatever is necessary to take care of you so that you can have a healthy life in the midst of technology that not only is supposed to make your life better, but in some instances can make it bad if you get sick from it. Energized Coach to you, coming to you with another tip on what it is that you can do, not only just to get energy, but to protect you and your family. Thank you very much for watching. Love you. Peace.